network is now being filtered on router 5. If I do a show IP route now on router 5, what we can see is that we are still seeing the 6th network in router 5's routing table. And this is because, and this is a very key point here to remember, is that when we have a distribute list applied on one of our routers, in this instance we're doing it on area 135 on router 3, we have an inbound distribute list on router 3 in OSPF that's denying the 6th network. However, our OSPF database is still going to propagate this LSA type 3 throughout the area. And that is why router 5 is still seeing this network in its database. So a key point to remember here is when you're doing filtering using distribute lists with OSPF is that it's only going to affect the local router and no other router within the area. And we can see that here because router 3, if we do a show IP route, router 3 does not see the 6th network. It sees the 66 network, but it doesn't have a route to the 66 net. To the 6th network. And that's because when working with distribute lists with OSPF, when we're filtering, it's only going to apply to the local router. The LSA type 3 associated with this network, which is the 6th network coming from area 246 inter-area route here, is still going to be propagated throughout the OSPF area, which is area 135 in this case. So although we're denying this route coming into router 3 in area 135, router 3 is going to still advertise LSA type 3 for the 6th network throughout area 135, and that is evident by going to router 5 and doing a show IP route, and we still see the 6th network in router 5's database, our routing table. We can still ping it too, so if we do a ping 6.6.6.6, we source it from our loopback 0. Actually, let's go ahead and do this real fast. We're seeing undeliverable here. Let's do this. And the reason we're seeing undeliverables here is because even though router 5 has the path to router 6 and it's seeing the network, the LSA type 3 coming from router 3, well, how does router 5 get to router? How does router 5 get to the 6th network? Well, it has to go through router 3. So if we go ahead and do a ping